We've all been there. Something goes wrong and production is down. Your boss and his boss are all on edge, and now you're under the gun. And the solution seems simple. Maybe all you need to do is just reload these orders. So you write your script and, oh no, identity insert error. Okay, no problem, you say. I'll just set the identity insert on. So you do that, you run your script again. Oh no, the dreaded foreign key constraints. Now you're panicking. And everyone's waiting for you. What do? Well, fear not. I'm here to show you a trick that's going to save you from this hell. All right, so we know the situation. What are we going to do about it? All right, well, the first thing is we need to reload our orders table in order to get out of this, okay? But the problem is we can't even clear our orders table. So let's give it a shot. Delete from order header. And it failed because of the dreaded foreign key constraint, okay? So what do? Well, here's what we're going to do. First things first, let's create a mirror image of our order header table because we not only have foreign key constraints, but we also have identity column we have to deal with. Okay, so let's script this table out. We'll create a new one. Okay, only we'll give it the underscore temp. Okay, so we'll just change the name. And let's get rid of the identity. So we'll delete that. And make sure you put that underscore temp everywhere it belongs. So we'll have to rename our constraint, and we'll need to rename it down here and over here. All right, that looks good. Okay, let's create our copy of this table. Great. All right, so next we need to deal with all these constraints. All right, if there are many constraints, how are you going to possibly find them and disable them all? Well, there's a handy function, and it's a for each table function. So we're going to use this function to do this. Basically, what this function will do is it will execute SQL commands for each table. All right, let's take a look. So it's ms for each table. Okay, first parameter, command 1. All right, we're going to set this to just a print statement, okay? This way it'll print out all the tables that it's modifying, just for visual results, just so you can see what it did. All right, now the question mark, that's your table parameter, okay? That question mark gets substituted with the table. The function will handle that, all right? Now command 2, this is the command we want it to execute. All right, this is where we're going to take care of disabling those constraints. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and paste that in here. Let's take a look at this. All right, so all I did was place an alter table. Again, that question mark, this function is going to substitute each table in that question mark, okay? And then we want no check constraint all. It's going to disable all the constraints in the database, okay, at once. So we don't have to go crazy trying to figure all this out and disabling them manually, all right? Again, we're under the gun, production's down. Got to do what we got to do, all right? So that's it. Let's go ahead and run this. And there you go. So now it printed all the tables that I disabled the constraints for, and this is the one we're concerned with, our orders table, our order header, all right? Now let's go ahead and clear this table out. So we're going to delete from order header. There we go. We're able to delete from it now. All right. Next, let's go ahead and load up our temporary table with our corrected order data. All right, so I went ahead and pasted in our command. We're going to pretend this SQL statement is our corrected orders. All right, so let's run that. So now our temporary table is loaded with our corrected data. Now, how do we get it into the main table? Right? Remember, it was easy to get it into the temporary table because we deleted the identity. All right? So I'm going to show you, there's a couple different ways you can do this. I'm going to show you the way I like to do this because this could be a situation where there's millions and millions or even more rows, okay? How can we do this efficiently and quickly, all right? Here's how. We're going to use the switch to command. So we're going to do alter table, and put our temp table in here, switch to our main table. And watch this. Just like that. All of our records are now in our main table. Let's take a look. Let's verify. And there they are. There's the records. All right, and now our temporary table is empty. So that switch to statement allows us to do that in an instant. All right, and the way it works is it uses the metadata behind the scenes and just switches basically the pages. Okay, so it's a metadata swap is what it is. It's not physically moving the records. Okay, that's why it's so fast. So if you have a ton of records, this is a great way to do this. And if you notice, it didn't bother us about the identity. Okay, so we didn't have to set the identity insert on and then off again. All right, so now we've got our orders corrected. Let's go ahead and let's rerun let's change our for each. This time we're going to just change it to check constraints, all right, instead of from no check to check, because we're going to turn them back on. And now we've got all of our constraints back on, okay? Thanks so much for watching, but please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell.